What's up? We're back. Still talking about Andrew Jackson, but let's talk about what becomes known as the Nullification Crisis, a word that we talked about in earlier chapters, but nonetheless, here it is again, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. All right? So really the underlying issue that we need to discuss are tariffs. Again, taxes on goods being imported into the United States, okay? At this time, the North is developing as kind of the industrial hub of the U.S. A lot of factories, a lot of mills, and they're kind of differentiating themselves from the South, who's mainly agriculturally based. So we want to think about the differences between the two. Tariffs were going to be really good for American businesses. So people in the North, they're stoked about it, okay? But people in the South, they're going, tariffs? You know that could hurt us because we sell our cotton overseas, and all of a sudden these other countries could start saying, all right, if they're going to tariff us, we're going to tariff them. So really the South, they saw it as really an unfair deal with this tariff that Andrew Jackson put together to protect American businesses. Andrew Jackson's vice president, a name that we'll keep on talking about and will come up throughout American history, is a guy named John C. Calhoun. Again, Andrew Jackson's vice president. Okay, he kind of led the rally. Not kind of, he did lead the rally against the tariffs, okay? And what we're talking about is he got all the Southern delegates, the people representing the South in the government, to say, hey, let's nullify this tariff. Let's not recognize it. Let's deem it null and void. And that's exactly what the South did. So Andrew Jackson says, whoa, 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 just wait a second, okay? How about this? How about I lower the tariff just a little bit? Can we all get along? South, still not happy, okay? So it goes to the extreme. Again, John C. Calhoun says, you know what? South Carolina, we're all about states' rights. And if we give an inch, they're going to take a mile, okay? So now, South Carolina is saying, we're going to secede from the United States. There's a new word, secede, which means to leave the United States. They wanted to leave the U.S. and essentially start their own country known as South Carolina. Andrew Jackson, knowing what we know about him, he's been in a couple of duels and lived, so what is he going to do about this? This is what he does. He says, okay, South Carolina, if you threaten to leave the United States, I will take military action against you. Do you understand what that means? Do you get it? I'll send the army down there, then you'll really have a problem. Okay? So now, Andrew Jackson, because he threatens military action against this idea of secession, again, South Carolina trying to leave the United States and do their own thing. Andrew Jackson was not okay with that. He said, if this happens, we will send the military down there and we will have a problem, South Carolina. South Carolina says, all right, take it easy, Andrew Jackson. Ultimately, they kind of curb this idea of secession, but it will come up again in the future. South Carolina, such huge supporters of states' rights, we will hear from them again in the precursor to the Civil War. Thank you, and good night.